Hello, Merv Daugherty, Superintendent of Chesterfield County Public Schools, here to talk to you about the back to school for 2021-22 year. This will be like no other we've seen before coming back. We are looking at our students as 63,000 new students and almost 10,000 new employees as we all come back together for an exciting year of not only academic success, but social emotional success, and really helping our students and our staff re-engage with each other as we start the year. I have a great opportunity to introduce to you today Dr. Sharon Pope, our Chief Academic Officer. We're going to ask some questions and talk about what the classroom is going to look like this coming year, and have the opportunity for you to hear firsthand from our outstanding academic team on what to look forward to, but also the excitement we have in teaching your child this year. Welcome, Dr. Pope.
Thank you.
So here's question number one. How is your team preparing for this coming school year?
Well, the Division of Teaching and Learning prepares in the summer like no other team. It is our busiest season, and we're always gearing up for that fresh new year, and that begins by looking at our curriculum. We often have things that the VDOE has given to us where standards have been revised. Sometimes there are technical edits. We dig into our curriculum to be sure that when our teachers come back, they have in the curriculum portal, that one-stop place that they all go for all of their curriculum, everything they need, up to date, easy to find in a very user-friendly format. So that's some of our preparation work right now. Of course, we prepare in how we support even with our summer school programs. We have robust offerings, as you know, and we prepare highlights for our summer school teachers as well as resources on which standards do we really need to hit this summer because they're going to be foundational for future learning. Additionally, we have the annual work that we do every single year. Things that are behind the scenes that people probably don't even realize, but one example of that would be with our testing calendars. We have an elementary, a middle, and a high school testing calendar, and that's where we make the magic happen. We try to coordinate when testing will occur because we want to maximize instructional minutes. And by looking at those calendars and coordinating them well, we try to manage all of those required tests that we have to give. We know some of them very familiar, the SOLs, but there are also new tests. There's a growth test this year from the Virginia Department of Education called through course testing. So just trying to do some of that work that makes the year flow smoothly. That's how we prepare for a successful year.
Thank you, Dr. Pope. So we know that we'll be offering face-to-face instruction in the school buildings, but also we'll be offering our virtual academy. And so let's take them each, and what will teaching and learning look like in each of these segments of our school system?
Well, in both of those situations, we would expect what we would normally expect in any given year. So let's just start with that. We would expect teachers to be ready to welcome our students back. Caring teachers who take the time to set classroom routines. They set high and clear expectations. They build those individual relationships with each of their students, and they take the time to establish a kind classroom. That's the first thing that we would always expect. We also think that instruction in some ways will be very familiar with what we've always had. Teachers will pre-assess what our students know. They will deliver new content. They will post-assess to see how successful their teaching was, and they will reteach when they need to. Where there will be some differences, though, will be in how that content is delivered. We do expect, looking at our spring testing results, that our students are going to come back and there's going to be greater variation in their knowledge and skills mastery levels. So with that variation, you're probably going to see that teachers will not be doing as much whole classroom instruction. They're going to have to break students down into groups, do smaller group instruction, and then also use a lot of our digital learning app products because they allow teachers to dial up very specific content review for individual students. So they will probably be making those instructional delivery adjustments this year based on what they're seeing in their students' needs. I would say that beyond those items, the best of virtual and the best of face-to-face coming together is what excites us about this coming year. We have had outstanding teachers. They have been creative. They have figured out how to do the very best instructional delivery they can in a virtual model, and we know in that model that will continue. And it will be refined and get better and better. But I think across the board, we know that we can combine the best of virtual and face-to-face pedagogy, and we're going to have a better than ever 2021-22 school year.
And if I just may add, the virtual instruction is at the same time, it's synchronous, and we expect our students to be in their classes, and the camera's on, and the teachers will be teaching just like they were in the classroom with our virtual schoolwork.
Absolutely. Those high and clear expectations and those routines are magical when it comes to successful teaching and learning.
Right. And for parents, if you've signed up for virtual teaching or the academy and you decide you want your child to come back in the building, we are prepared to do that. So all of our schools will have seats available for students in virtual academy waiting for them to leave the virtual setting to come back to the face-to-face in-school instruction. So we're excited about that, and the schools will be sharing that information with you as well as a virtual academy as well. Dr. Pope, how do students benefit from face-to-face instruction?
That's a tricky question because we know instructionally we had many students that were successful with virtual instruction. We have students who found that was the right fit for them. So I don't want to, in giving this answer, discredit that virtual instruction can be very successful, and we have many students who've decided that is the best option for them this coming year. At the secondary level, we have over 3,000 enrollments in CCPS Online, and at our K-8 Virtual Academy, we have, I think, close to 800 enrollments, and that number keeps going up. But that's a right fit situation. Those are students who've learned that this works for me. I think for the majority of our students, the face-to-face option offers some benefit. Let's think about it. Our parents, our teachers, and the majority of our students are very familiar with face-to-face teaching and learning. They're comfortable. They're confident in that model, and why shouldn't they be confident? We are a school district with 100% of our schools accredited who are eligible for accreditation in that model. So we have something that's familiar, we have confidence in it. I think that's a plus. And then secondly, there's the word opportunity. So we know that instructional minutes are one thing, but think of all the other opportunities. Our students are on our buses. They're in our hallways, they're in our cafeterias, they stay for extended day programs, they may have sports, they may have clubs and other activities. These are all other opportunities that students receive in the face-to-face setting where adults can connect with them, get to know them, and see and meet their needs that are sometimes, quite honestly, beyond instructional needs. So I think all of those benefits are something that students and parents appreciate. We know our teachers appreciate as well those face-to-face interactions with our students, but I don't want to discredit for the families who have elected to go the virtual route. We know instruction can be excellent there as well.
Right, and I think for the virtual, we're going to try to make it look as close to the in-school instruction as possible with the staffing. That's why the virtual academy was started. So we're excited about that opportunity. So how will we support students and teachers as they move back to the schools and try to get to a normal environment before the pre-pandemic?
Well, the Division of Teaching and Learning supports students best when we support teachers. We don't have daily interactions with students, but we can support our teachers each and every day. We do that three basic ways, whether it's pandemic, non-pandemic, whenever the time is. We look at curriculum. We make sure that we provide the district written curriculum, which is aligned to the state standards of learning. We provide modified instructional guides. These guides highlight for teachers those standards that will repeat in some way moving forward or that are foundational for the learning that's going to occur in subsequent years. Beyond the instructional guides, we also give district-provided learning resources. So we provide those things. We guide teachers on the order of the content they should cover as well as the pace of that content. But we don't want to tightly box our teachers in, so we make it a quarterly pacing guide that gives them some flexibility. We also use our instructional specialists here at Central Office. We have a few. We also use our Office of Professional Learning, as well as all of our coaches and instructional designers that are situated out in our schools. These folks actually model the very best research-backed instructional strategies to meet the needs of the students in our classrooms today. I referenced earlier, some of those instructional approaches may be different this year. Less whole classroom instruction, more workshop, more small group instruction, etc. If a teacher has any question how to deliver instruction using one of those strategies, there's a team of folks here to support that teacher. Then also, we help with assessment. We all know that there are federal and state tests and assessments that we have to give. We're here to support and make that as easy as possible and help minimize the impact on instructional minutes. So that's really the work that we do every year. This year, though, moving into 21-22, we really felt, based on our spring test results, what we're hearing from our teachers, and just good old common sense, that we really needed to build the capacity of our teachers across Chesterfield County Public Schools. And we selected 5 areas to really focus on that capacity building. Our teachers are invested. They are going to commit 12 hours each, whether it's this summer, which is optional for them, or in the fall, early fall, to completing courses. These are called badging courses, and they provide foundational information in 5 key areas. We're focusing on special education, we're focusing on equity, we're focusing on engagement, we're focusing on assessment, and we're focusing on differentiation. Those, for us, we believe, are the 5 key areas that if we can build every faculty in every school in capacity in those 5 areas to be strong in what they know works and how to administer those key principles in those areas, we believe that we're going to be better than ever this coming school year.
Thank you, Dr. Pope. Thank you for joining us. We will be having these short little video conference sessions for you with each department in our school district so you can see we are preparing and ready for this coming school year. Thank you for joining us. You have a great day.